What's wrong with this thing? Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, and welcome back to the monthly astrological overview for the sign of Sagittarius for October 2019. You can reach me at these following web addresses, which is my website, readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, or my email address, mercury524@msn.com, or my Facebook page, Readings by Leonard T. Munson, my Twitter page, Reading by Leonard T. Munson, or my LinkedIn page, Reading by Leonard T. Munson. Also, the three things I would like you to do, if you like, a thumbs up the video, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also, donations will be acceptable if you care to give some. And for all the course watchers, welcome. Watchers are people who like to get another viewpoint from someone else, the situation they're trying to find information about. And if you like any of my private reading, you can go to my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, and check out my catalog and any other service or products that I offer. Now, this is not an individual reading. This is a collective reading for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Sag, your solar sun is in your 11th house. So your solar sun is in Libra in your 11th house. Now, this is a combination of two air signs. The 11th house is the sign of Aquarius, and Libra is the 7th house, which is the sign of Libra, which is also an air sign. So what this is telling me that you're doing a lot of thinking. You're doing a lot of speaking. You're doing a lot of communicating, okay, in all forms. Okay, you're doing a lot of communication with groups and organizations and things that have to do with humanitarian efforts, efforts that's helping to bring the less fortunate up to the level that everyone's supposed to be. So Libra represents the 7th house, which deals with balancing all relationships and partnerships out. It deals with the house of open enemies. It deals with the house of spiritual blessing. It deals with the house of diplomacy and being a diplomat. It deals with the house of decisions and indecisions. It deals with the house of others. And it deals with the house of legal situations. So if there's anything that's going on in those areas, these are the areas that is affecting you in your 11th house, your solar sun, which is in Libra, in your 11th house. Okay, Libra ruling planet is Venus, so this has direct or indirectly associated with beauty, finery, love, and money. So there's been some situations where you've been in a committed relationship. The relationship that has that tension that needs to be balanced out will be balanced. If there's been tensions and in a committed relationship, I see some of you leaving this committed relationship. I also see that if there have been some tension and things with people in relationships and tensions, it's also have left some people bitter and angry. Okay? And these relationships and bitterness could have to do, and partnership have to do with groups and organizations that have infiltrated in these relationships or partnerships and have to do with money and love. For those who have broken off a relationship, some of you just want to relax, regroup, and spend time getting to know yourself again. Others are going into another relationship, but the key here, don't take it seriously. Don't expect anything. Take it slow. If you push into it, it's going to be problems. Okay, so now the solar sun is in your 11th house, which is in Libra, so it deals with groups and organizations that may be getting involved in your relationships and partnerships that you don't like. And this could be dealing with, again, I emphasize money and love. Okay? So now we're going to look at where the planets are affecting this. Sagittarius. Right now, your ruling planet, Jupiter, is in Sagittarius. It's the planet of, it's the ninth house, which is the planet of expansion, new opportunities, blessing, truth, blessing, and karma. Karma is something that if you put out good thoughts and words and action, it's going to return to you in that way. If you put out bad words and action and thoughts, then it's going to mirror those things that you want to have done to other people, places, and things that will occur to you. This is what I feel. And other people have different period thinking about karma, but I feel that is what karma is about. In other words, you're going to reap what you sow before you go. And you're going to repent before you go. And when you leave here in this physical form into the spiritual realm, you're going to face the judgment and be in the hall of the Akashic records where everything is thought, said, and done is stored. So there's a penalty for it. Okay, now you have to pick the opportunity that has longevity, that's going to grow. Okay, so some of these groups and organizations that you got involved with, or they got involved with you, they're fizzling out because they have no substance, there's no foundation. So you're not growing. And it also represents the 11th house, your soul 11th house being in Libra, your hopes, your wishes, and the friendships. So some of these hopes and wishes in friendship need to be balanced out, and partnerships. Sagittarius, okay? I know you have a tendency to say things before thinking, so you need to think before you say these things. Again, being a diplomat, it's always good to speak from your third chakra, but I feel a lot of you have not spoken up things you should have spoken up, and you need to clear that. So that's been blocked. By clearing it is speaking up. Speak your truth in a diplomatic way. Now that Libra is in here, use diplomacy. Don't wait around to make a decision and be sitting on the fence, okay? Now, some Libras can be sitting around and being self-serving and not making a decision, and the window of opportunity leaves, okay? So we want to get this stuff out in the window of opportunity where we can be a diplomat and present our truth to other people. It's all have to do with the presentation. Okay, now Uranus is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, of Aquarius, but it's the planet of upheaval, change, independence, freedom, chaos. So there's some chaos in this situation with these groups, organizations, hopes, wishes, and friendship. So there needs to be a balance here, okay? Now we have Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. And so this Capricorn is a sign of structure, setbacks, procrastination, and delays. And since it's in Capricorn, it deals with employment, success, moving up the ladder, and it also deals with public image and reputation. So this is where this balance has to be at in this relationship and this partnership, okay? So it's dealing with employment and career and structures and delays. So all those delays, those procrastinations, those setbacks are now moving out of the way. It's being lifted off you. And that will take place on when Pluto, which is retrograde, goes direct on the August the 3rd, 2019. Though Pluto is another slow-moving planet, so its retrograding will stop on the 3rd, but it will take 2 weeks for it to build up speed. So you're feeling the effects of this happening now. But once it goes direct, and each day it moves forward, it will fill up more speed, and some of these burdens will be off you. And Pluto represents transformation. So you're going through a change. So Pluto represents Sag, Scorpio. So this is the emotional change and transformation that you're going through. So this is an issue that's been hidden inside, and it's now coming to the surface, and it has to be dealt with it. And also Pluto is the ruling planet of Aries. So you have to initiate that action. Fire signs are initiation, they create action. But you have to look at the big picture before you make the move, because you can miscalculate yourself and have some issues here. Then we have the next planet that's in Capricorn, is Saturn. Saturn, well, we did talk about Saturn. Saturn went direct on the 18th of September. So you should be feeling some of these setbacks, delays, and procrastination and structures that's been holding you in, releasing itself and moving on. Saturn is the planet also of fear, letting fear control you and putting yourself in an invisible prison. So once you look fear in its eye, it has no power. So you can dissolve those invisible bars or cell that you put yourself in and move forward. Okay? Also, it represents Father Time. So again, it represents Father Time. Time waits for no one. What you have to do, do it. Stop putting it off and procrastinating it. So a lot of issues that you've been putting off, procrastinating now, is being activated and you're going forward. Okay? Saturn also represents father figures. So this issue Pluto is addressing could be related to a father figure, okay? Which Pluto is a ruling planet of Scorpio, and an emotional issue with a father figure that you had a problem with or was created when you was a child, okay? So you need to get in touch with that innocent child inside of you and address these issues with your father, or this father figure, or this person that you looked up as the father. It's bringing these issues to the surface, okay? So you must heal yourself, forgive, and move on. And it wasn't your problem. You didn't do anything wrong. You were dealing with an individual who was damaged, and this was done to them. So this is what they thought is the proper way of being a father figure or mentor to you. Okay? And then there's Aries, so you have to initiate this healing process to bring this transformation in your life. And so this is the emotional issue here. Okay, then we have Uranus, which is retrograding from June the 21st of this year to January the 1st of 2020. Uranus is retrograding in Taurus. Again, Taurus represents your third chakra. So some of your third chakra is blocked because you're holding things in. So speak your truth, but in a diplomatic way with these groups, organizations, and where you want your hopes and your wishes to come into being and to manifest it. And you want it to, your hopes and wishes and these friendships that you have. You feel that you've been holding some issues in. So let's unblock that third chakra and speak these truths in a diplomatic way. Some of you have been a people pleaser. Stop being that. If you don't want to do something with these groups and organizations to get your hopes and wishes, stop doing it. Or you don't want to do something in these friendships, stop doing it. Okay, with this transit of Uranus in Taurus, which started on March the 6th, 2019, it's a long transit to 2026. It represents the robots taking over your job. So what you have to do, learn to build it, design it, make it, and create the parts for the robots. Also, with this transit, it's going to represent moving towards a cashless society. So we're going to be moving more less cash, physical cash, and more electronic. We're also going to be dealing with long-distance relationships. With the retrograde, and we're looking at them. That's going to be the norm because of Skype, text, FaceTime, and all this stuff. We can stay in contact with these people. We also we're going to review, we involved in a relationship that's a younger person or older person. That is going to be norm in this transit until March the 26th. Okay, so the two words when a planet is retrograde is RE. So it means review, recheck, reschedule, redo. So when the planet was going direct, we're reviewing what we did and making correction. So when it goes direct on January the 1st, 2020, we will put in these corrections. Okay? So this Uranus is a distant planet, it's slow moving, but you will feel the effect of it. And also, it's a planet of shock, chaos, revolution, independence, and change. Nothing will be the same. For the LGBTQ community, there's going to start to be a balance in all relationships and partnerships. Okay? Okay. And Uranus rules homosexuality, and the 11th house is the house of homosexuality, Aquarius. Okay? So, we have to start loving ourselves and being who we are, and if that's us, accept it. For the younger ones and the middle-aged ones and the older ones, because these people are the ones who made it better for the LGBT community that is prospering and blossoming today, and we will have more freedom and we'll be more accepted after this transit is over with. We're going to get out of this chemical, these drugs, the legal drug pushers, which are the pharmaceutical people who's getting it to the doctors. We're going to use conventional and homeopathic and healing medicine combined. Okay, we're going to clean up the air, we're going to clean up the water, we're going to clean up the ground. Some of you might be growing a garden in your yard, growing your own vegetables with herbs. But some of you are realizing that these stray cats and these animals that these folks are letting out, and they come in and defecating and urine on this stuff. So we need to get some kind of greenhouse cover of this where they can come in there and infiltrate these areas and leave their waste, okay? Because we have to eat it. Even though we have to wash this stuff off, we don't want that there, okay? We don't want that there. All right. Now, the next planet that is retrograde is Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. So I feel that since you're Sagittarius, your solar sun is in your 11th house of Libra, you are more in tune to psychic ability and truthfulness. So trust your intuition and your feelings and act on it. Okay, Libra have a tendency to have rose-colored glasses on. Take those rose-colored glasses and see the world and people as they are, and not what you would like them to be. Also, there's some issues here with your feet and eyes. So there needs to be some corrective surgery, and treatment with these areas before it gets real bad. Okay, I see some of you coming off of any chemical medication of this pain in your feet and your eyes. I see some of you getting your diet together. I see some of you coming off pain medicine that you're taking for your high blood pressure. I see you exercising and bring your blood pressure down, and you can come off this chemical stuff that you're taking that will cause sexual problems and sexual problems, not performing good in the bed, and creating a situation with your partner. What do they call that? Something with your organs, your sexual organs that you can't get it out. Okay, that's because of all this chemicals you're taking, too much alcohol, too much illegal drugs, too much smoking. Erectile dysfunction. Okay, so once you start taking this up, then that situation will go away, and it could be a normal way of you doing your sexual performance. Okay, all right. Then we have Mercury in Libra. Again, you're communicating with your thoughts. You're doing research, investigation. You're speaking it. You're communicating what you want at all time within your solar sun being in the 11th house will deal with groups, organizations, your hopes, your wishes, and friendships. We also have Venus in Libra, which is this home base. So Venus is the feminine part of you. So you're being to be more understanding, more softer, more compassionate, more affectionate, okay? And it has to do with love, okay? The committed relationship you're in, some of you it's getting better, so you're committing with each other. Some who've been in a committed relationship, it's dissolving. Some have been in a relationship, you're coming out of it, and you want to be single for a while and just give yourself a rest and concentrate on you, your hopes and wishes. Sagittarius. And some of you are having issues with money. Again, we have this changes going on with money with Uranus and Taurus. We're dealing with the second house. We're dealing with money working possession, and Venus is also the ruling planet of Taurus. Some of you having problems with your lower back. This is again where you're holding stress. Libra rules the lower back, so you're having some stress in that lower back. So I want you to get this stone or crystal, which is called lapis lazuli. Okay, it's a dark blue with some brown and gray in it. So I want you to get some castor oil, heated organic castor oil, and heat this and rub it in that area. And I need you to do some yoga so you can stretch this area, because it's a lot of tightness here, especially when you sit for a period of time, and especially when you sleep, you work up with this problem in your lower back. So I want you to do some stretching from the head to the toe. This will loosen up that tension, elongate the muscle, and bring that untightness there. Then we have Mars in Virgo. Mars is the masculine part of it. So Mars represents passion, initiation, energy to do what you need to do. And Virgo deals with health, work, and service. So you're looking at your health. You're dieting, you're organizing, you're doing things in a methodical way. You're looking at numbers, okay? It's related to money, setting a budget, paying this down, saving more, okay? And it's also deal with service. So some of you are in an industry or working in a career that has something to do with service to others, okay? And it also has to do with health and work. So I see a change in your career. Some of you have been going in a career, going for jobs and stuff, and other people have gotten it because I feel that you've been burdened down with a lot of work. Well, that's going to be eliminated. You're going to make it. Some of you are going to change jobs. Some of you are going to make a lateral move with less stress on you, and some of you had more stress making other people look good. And now you're going to have less stress, and you're going to be recognized for your input into that process. So, Sag, I hope you enjoyed your monthly astrological overview for October 2019. And if you listen and obey, the situation will change. If not, it will remain the same. And I wish you the best. And I'll see you in November. Ciao.